The first blow landed at exactly 12:03 a.m. I remember because the hallway clock was glowing red through my tears. I was 16, curled on the kitchen floor, trying to make myself small enough to disappear. His shadow fell over me like a storm. "You think you're better than me?" he roared. Then the second hit came, and the third. My world shrank to the sound of my own heartbeat and the taste of blood. My name is Aisha. For 4 years, ever since Mom married him, I'd been living inside a nightmare that had no escape. By day, he was the perfect stepfather, smiled for the neighbors, brought home groceries, called me princess when anyone was watching. By night, when Mom worked the late shift at the hospital, the mask came off. He'd drink, he'd rage, and I was the only one small enough to take it. I stopped telling Mom after the first time. She came home exhausted, eyes soft with hope that we could finally be a real family. How do you shatter the only happiness your mother has left? So I learned to cover bruises with long sleeves. I learned to smile through split lips. I learned to swallow screams until they turned into silence. That night was different though. Something inside me finally cracked open. As he towered over me, fist raised again, I felt my soul whisper, "If I don't do something now, there won't be a tomorrow." My phone was on the counter just out of reach. He'd thrown it earlier when I dared to talk back. I remember crawling toward it while he laughed, thinking I was trying to crawl away from him. My fingers closed around the cold screen. One chance, one text. I didn't call Mom. I didn't call the police. I opened a chat I hadn't touched in 2 years and typed 3 letters with shaking thumbs. SOS. Then everything went black. I woke up on the cold tile, cheek pressed to the floor, his heavy breathing above me. He dragged me to my room and locked the door from the outside like he'd done so many times before. "Sleep it off," he snarled through the wood, "and keep your mouth shut tomorrow." I lay there in the dark, every breath fire in my ribs. I waited for the sound of his bedroom door closing. Then I checked my phone. The message showed delivered, no reply. Just those 3 tiny letters glowing back at me. I started to cry, not the loud kind, the silent kind that shakes your whole body. Because who had I even sent it to? Captain Hassan. My real father's best friend from the army, the man who used to carry me on his shoulders when I was 5, who disappeared into Special Forces missions and only messaged once a year on my birthday. I hadn't spoken to him since I was 14. He probably changed numbers. He probably forgot I existed. I curled into a ball and prepared to die quietly. Hours crawled by, maybe 2, maybe 3. I drifted in and out of pain, counting the glow-in-the-dark stars still stuck to my ceiling from when life was gentle. I whispered apologies to my little self who believed daddies protected you. Then I herded tires on gravel, not one car, several, doors opening and closing fast, boots, low, urgent voices. My heart slammed against broken ribs. He heard it too. I heard him stumble down the hallway, cursing. Who the hell is here at this hour? The front door didn't knock. It exploded inward. I've never heard a sound like that with splintering, men shouting clear. In perfect unison, heavy footsteps thundered through the house. My bedroom door flew off its hinges. Torchlight blinded me. Aisha. A voice I hadn't heard in years, rough, shaking with something like fear. Captain Hassan dropped to his knees beside me, his black uniform blending with the dark. Behind him, 6 commandos in full gear swept the room like angels made of thunder. I tried to speak, only a sob came out. He touched my face so gently it broke me all over again. "I'm here, Beta, I'm here." In the hallway, my stepfather's voice rose in panic. "This is my house, you can't." Then silence. Complete, dutiful silence. They carried me out on a stretcher because I couldn't walk. The night air felt like freedom on my skin. Red and blue lights painted the street. Neighbors stood on their lawns in robes and shock. Mom's car screeched up just as they loaded me into the ambulance. She saw me, saw the soldiers, saw him in handcuffs, and she screamed my name like her heart was tearing in half. Captain Hassan held her back gently. "We have her now," he said. "She's safe." Later, in the hospital, they told me what happened after my text. The message went to an emergency contact group only Special Forces officers keep, location shared, immediate response. No bureaucracy, no questions, just action. 3 teens diverted from a night exercise 20 minutes away. My stepfather thought he was untouchable because he never left marks where teachers could see. He never imagined one text could bring the country's most elite soldiers to his doorstep. He cried in the police van, real tears, the kind that come when you finally understand the world is bigger than your fists. Mom sat by my bed for days, holding my hand, whispering sorry over and over until the word lost meaning. I didn't blame her anymore. Some monsters are just better at hiding than others. Captain Hassan visited every day. He never asked why I waited so long. He just brought mango ice cream and told me stories about my real father, how they saved each other's lives a dozen times, how Dad made him promise to watch over me if anything ever happened. "I failed you for years," he said quietly. "Never again." I left that hospital with cracked ribs and a healed soul. I moved in with Captain Hassan's family. Mom followed a month later, after the divorce. We started over slowly, carefully, like people learning how to breathe again. Sometimes justice isn't loud. Sometimes it's 3 letters sent into the dark. Sometimes it's boots in the hallway when you thought hope had forgotten your address. To every girl still counting bruises in silence, you are not alone. Your whisper can shake the earth. Your pain does not get the final say. One day, someone will hear your SOS and the night itself will come running to save you. I know, because it saved me.